Hey guys, ECRG here, back with another video. Today we're talking about how to negotiate for a much bigger salary. Hey guys, ECRG. Today we're talking about how to negotiate for a much bigger salary. Now, everyone knows that they want to make a much bigger salary and that oftentimes staying loyal to a company, you do not get the salary you deserve year in and year out. So that's why a lot of people, especially millennials, we are moving around when it comes to, getting new jobs, getting new experiences, because we know if you tend to stay at your own company, they are not going to pay you appropriately. We have all gotten frustrated. We've all gotten frustrated when they bring in new people to a company and they get paid way more than you get paid. This has happened to me too. And of course, for the few months, they're doing training, they're doing, they're asking stupid questions to you on how to do like simple things at your company. And it's really, really frustrating because they're getting paid way more than you, yet they can do way, way less than you, like significantly less. So that's all frustrating. And of course, we sometimes have to go through the difficult process, or it becomes less difficult the more you do it, of renegotiating your salary with your boss. So today we're going to give a few pointers on how to do that more effectively, especially with our clinical research twist on it. And having done this a few times myself in the clinical research space, it's pretty annoying. But this is something that is very important, and you should definitely talk to your boss about, as they can help you to get to the salary you closely want. But as I found, with talking to a lot of people and having a lot of colleagues in the industry also, it is nothing like jumping to a different company. I mean, you're most likely going to get a bonus, and you're most likely going to get, increased salary when you move to a different company as well. But if you're like the company you're at and want to stay there, you can negotiate for a bigger salary using these tips we have below. So the first thing you want to think about is, and it's all a game. The first thing you want to think about is not necessarily the salary you want, but when you should negotiate for the salary. So I'm going to say that again. It's not enough to think about what the salary is that you are expecting for. You want to think about when is the best time to negotiate. When am I going to have the most leverage to get what I want? For example, did you just receive a new certification? Do you feel like there's been a shift in the market value for your skill? Did the market value for your skill elsewhere suddenly increase in value, and so you're all of a sudden underpaid? You've got to think about when you have the most leverage in the situation. Did you just receive an award? And this is important because, let's say you received an award for, I don't know, I mean, these companies have different awards that they throw out, best researcher, or let's say you're a CRA and you did the most monitoring visits that year and you received the award for it. And, you get a congratulations, you may get a little monetary bonus. Heck, you may even get a trip or something. They send you down to Bermuda or something because of that. But you have a lot of leverage after winning that award that you may not have realized. And of course, this applies to other positions out there. I'm just using CRA as an example. But you may not realize because, hey, you just received an award for one of the top performers in the unit. And that is a great time to renegotiate your salary. Because how would it look that if the top performer in the unit left? How would it look to everyone else in the company, everyone else in the unit, if the top performer decided to leave and go elsewhere for a better opportunity? That's not going to look really good to the bosses of the department. So you could take a situation like that and renegotiate your salary. So when you renegotiate your salary is just as important as how you do it. Did you just receive a certification making you more marketable? That's a great time to renegotiate your salary. And now we're going to talk about when you want to do that also. Because one of the troubles with shooting for a big raise or promotion is every company has their merit increase time. But that's just pennies. I mean, that's just small stuff. I mean, we're talking anywhere from 1% to 5% here. That's not a lot. What we want are these big dog increases in salary. We don't want those small ones because, I mean, those are nice, but that's just a little icing on the cake. We want the whole cake. And the problem with waiting for those merit increases is they happen few and far between, and they're very, very small. So your best bet is to try and get one off cycle. And they do this. Sometimes your bosses will try and say that they don't do it, or you've got to wait, but don't accept no for an answer. You got to keep on them about this, because when people start talking about money, they get funny. So you got to keep on them about this. But I know for my first company I joined, let's say in early October, I wasn't eligible for a merit increase until April of the following year. So over a year. So let's say I joined in 2014 of October. I wasn't eligible for a merit increase until 2016, April 2016. So that's over a year and a half, or that's about a year and a half. And that was just because of the time that I joined. But either way, you shouldn't go that long without a raise. That's ridiculous, because you've obviously gotten a lot of experience in the interim between that time that has increased your market value. Or you could potentially go elsewhere and get a different market value. So that's something to keep in mind too, is that annual merit cycle. And one article I read on this topic said that when you wait for the merit cycle, the merit increase, that's often a bad time to hope for a big increase, because those are often budgeted ahead of time. So if they were to give one person a big increase, that would oftentimes take money away from someone else. So typically the managers are going to want to, spread them across the people evenly in the department, so as everyone gets at least a little something, where no one is going to get like a huge increase and someone else is going to get a very small increase. So those are typically decided on beforehand, and they're going to be divvied up accordingly. So, some of the best advice I've gotten, what I've done is shoot for an off-cycle raise or promotion. And, this is the best time because, you can be well-timed. You can wait for after a certification or a merit or a different award that you've gotten or whatever it may be, to ask for that increase in pay. So now we're going to get into how you actually do it. And, this can be uncomfortable. This is not a comfortable situation necessarily, but the more you do it, it becomes easier. And also, if you've taken on, I forgot to mention this, if you've taken on a lot more responsibility lately, that's also a good time to ask for a raise. But, I mentioned it earlier, maybe the market has changed. Maybe you've recently got a certification or your qualifications have changed. Those are also good times to renegotiate. So the first few things you want to do is define your goal. Determine the market value for your skill set and experience. And how you want to determine that is you can ask friends and colleagues how much they make. You can go on Glassdoor, you can go on Indeed, you can go on our channel where we talk about the different raises and salary expectations for jobs. If those aren't up already, we've got a Glassdoor series coming out soon where we talk about a lot of the jobs at all the different companies. So stay tuned for that. There are all these different websites. You got salary.com. You can just Google search it. And then you've got LinkedIn also, I think, has a feature where you can look at how much different jobs make. So you want to define your goal. How much do you want to make? And determine the market value for it. So that's awesome. Then the second thing you want to do is document, you want to make almost like a short little resume of your accomplishments and accolades. So you want to make it succinct and easy to follow. And you want to make sure that's documented somewhere. So that's the first thing you got to do is prepare to know what the market value is of your skill set. Then you want to document all the things you've accomplished. And then the next thing you want to do is prepare your case. So you want to write it down. You want to have a written summary of everything you want to do and why you deserve the letter, why you deserve the raise. And you want to do this in a letter, an email. You need to talk about why you deserve it. And, that's a good way to structure it so they have written, a written way to read it and understand it, because most likely your manager is not going to be the only one looking at it. It's going to be other people who, then the powers that be, who are going to either approve it or not approve of it. So, that's one thing you want to do is document it, write it down, and then you want to present it to your manager. So you can schedule a meeting. If you have regular one-on-ones with them, that's a great time to talk about it. And, during the meeting, you can either send them the email you've prepared, the letter you prepared, or you can present it to them by printing it out. But you definitely want to have a conversation with them so they're ready and prepared to accept it. And then you either send it to them or email it to them. And that's typically how these negotiations are done. And, I recently heard a quote that said, the answer to a question not asked is always no. And, you don't know what you're going to get if you don't ask for it. And I think it's worth a shot. If you've been at a place 6 months to a year, it's definitely worth a shot. The worst thing they can say is no. I mean, this is nothing you're going to get fired over or hammered about, or they're not going to look at you sideways. The worst thing they can say is no. And then guess what? You can try again later on. A few months down the road, you can try again. So, people start acting funny when money gets involved, especially managers and stuff. But you definitely want to make sure that you're paid market value. And they're definitely going to respect you a lot more for asking for more money. So definitely keep that in mind, guys. Hope this was helpful when talking about how to negotiate for a bigger salary. I mean, everyone wants to make more money, so this is the great way to do it. Talk to your manager about it. Talk to your friends and colleagues about what they make and what is expected for you to make. And, hope this was helpful. A lot of people have been asking for salary negotiation tips for, when you get a new job or going into a job. And that's also a moment of high leverage too, when you just accepted an offer or you're just about to accept an offer and you want to negotiate the salary before you accept it. That is a time when you're at when you're at a pretty high leverage point and you can ask for your salary or other perks or benefits of the job also. So that's something you want to keep in mind too. Always negotiate your salary. The executives and those people, they're negotiating their salaries and they're getting very big salaries and bonuses and perks. So all of that does not always trickle down to people at the, the bottom level, the entry level. So you got to make sure you go out there and get yours. So if you have any questions on this, you can comment down below or email us eliteclinicalgroup@gmail.com for any questions or comments you may have. Also, you can give me a call or text me 910-502-3732. Also, that's in the description box too if you want to do that. So hope this was helpful, guys. As always, share this video, like it, subscribe to the channel. If you're on the podcast, review it. Email us for any inquiries you may have, your network, or you want to get your resume reviewed, email us. Or if you want some interview prep, you can email us there also. All right, guys, take care.